Certainly for Mexico and Canada, one of the particular clauses that have been inserted in the agreement is the requirement of what we call data exclusivity or clinical trial data. And Mexico only used to have 5 years, and now it'd be required to have at least minimum 10 years. So at least in Mexico, they're going to have a delay before seeing biosimilars. And in Canada, it used to be 7 years, and now they're going to have to increase it to a minimum of 10 years. And what's also important is the US has 12 years already, so it's already within that period of minimum 10 years. But there's a lot of conversation, the various bills that are in the pipeline in the United States to try and reduce that 12 years to 7 years, which is what President Obama tried to do in the outset. So any chance of now rolling back to 7 years is going to be less, given that this trade agreement has been signed. And I think this is one of the strategic moves that the branded pharmaceutical company always does, is try to get these trade agreements locked in to increase their monopoly power or their exclusivity periods, and that essentially then becomes harder to change domestic law in the United States. So while the immediate impact will probably be in Mexico and Canada because they're increasing the number of years of market exclusivity, it also impacts the United States because there's no way we can, it makes it much harder to make legislative changes in the United States. And there are other provisions in the agreement which enable pharmaceutical companies to get easier patent rights on new uses of existing medicines. That's only going to increase the number of patents on existing drugs, and so we think that's a fundamental problem too.